fine summer day, many years ago in Ireland. Little Jackie Rabbit was burrowing along the rows of the farm where she lived, and as she burrowed, she would tap the soil above her head, listening for that certain tone, the one that her uncle, Lucky Jack, had taught her to listen for. And when she heard that tone, she burrowed upwards and plucked a potato from the soil. What a lovely thing, a freshly picked potato. So brown and wrinkled, hard and dirty, but that's not what little Jackie was holding that day in her paws. This potato was soft and squishy and covered in black blotches. She sniffed at it. It made her nose twitch and her ears flick. She stuffed that potato back into the soil and packed dirt around it. Then she burrowed away as though she'd never been there. She tapped again and again until she heard that tone once more. Then she plucked another potato from the soil, but this one was even worse. It was a black, gooey mass of mush. The smell of that potato made her eyes water and her ears fold back in disgust. She stuffed the potato into the soil and burrowed away. Again and again, little Jackie plucked potatoes from the soil, but each one was all the same, black blotches and splotches. At last, she gave up on having a potato for breakfast and settled for a few sprigs of dandelion. "I wonder," said little Jackie aloud, "I wonder if me uncle is having the same problem. It's not that far to the farm where he lives, just the bottom of the hill. I think I'll go and pay Uncle Jack a visit." And so little Jackie set to burrowing and digging down the hill. When she thought she was close, she poked her head above ground and cautiously looked around. The sun was shining in the meadow, and a gentle breeze was blowing through the tall grass. "Ah, there's the grove of trees where Uncle Jack's burrow lies." She glanced around once more, making certain that there was not a fox or hound lying in wait. Then she hopped and she scampered to the safety of that grove. She tapped her foot twice and called aloud, "Uncle Jack! Uncle Jack, are you home?" "Aye, little Jackie." Lucky Jack poked his head up into view. "How are you, then?" "Oh, I'm well enough, Uncle Jack, but the strangest thing happened today. While I was digging for potatoes, every one I found was black and splotchy, and it was just a mass of mush." "Aye, the same thing happened to me." "What could be wrong?" little Jackie asked. "Has something happened to all the potatoes? Are they sick?" "I don't know," Lucky Jack replied, "but we best spread the word to all the rabbits that something's amiss." Little Jackie and Lucky Jack ducked down into his burrow and began to dig. Deeper and deeper they went, till they came to the deepest of all the rabbit tunnels, the tunnels that spread underground throughout all of Ireland. And when they reached those tunnels, they scampered along, calling out to every hare and bunny they met. "Gather, everyone! Gather 'em at the meeting place! There's something wrong with the potatoes! Tell everyone you see!" Soon enough, all the long ears, the cottontails, and fleet foots were gathered together in one large burrow deep underground. It was a sea of rabbits. They all whispered and murmured to one another, wondering what was going on. Then little Jackie stepped forward, and she patted her foot for attention. "Thank you all for coming. Thank you. Me uncle and I, we have something to tell you. It's about the potatoes. Something's wrong with them. Every one that we found today was black and splotchy." "Aye," said another rabbit. "Aye, it was the same thing over at the McPherson place." "And the Donaghy farm." "What could be wrong?" "I don't know, but they smell terrible," shouted one rabbit. "Never mind the smell. Just look at poor Rory. Little Rory, he tasted one. Just look at him." And there was little Rory, clutching at his swollen belly. "Don't you be eating the potatoes. I've been through 3 cups of parsley and dandelion tea. I still can't get the taste out of my mouth. Don't be touching those rotten things." One by one, the other rabbits spoke up. It seemed that every farm throughout all of Ireland was having the same problem. All the potatoes were rotting in the ground before they were even ripe enough to eat. "But what can we do?" asked little Jackie. "What can we do if the potatoes are all getting sick?" "I don't know," said one of the larger rabbits. "But if all the potatoes are sick, the farmers, they'll go hungry. And if the farmers go hungry, there'll be no more gardens. Without gardens, we'll have to fend for ourselves. It'll be like the old days, foxes and hounds and cold winter nights? No, thank you, shouted one of the rabbits. I won't go back to the olden days. Then the oldest of all the rabbits shuffled his way forward. I have an idea. Silence fell over the rabbits as they listened to the eldest one speak. I know. I have heard that far away, far to the south, there is a thing that grows like a potato, but it's longer, it's slimmer, it's pointy at one end and orange in color. At the other end it's got long green leaves. What if we could bring these long, slender, pointy potato-like things back to Ireland? What if we could convince the farmers to grow them instead of potatoes? Then there'd be food for the farmers and food for all of us as well. The rabbits all chattered and patted their feet in agreement. It was a wonderful idea, but who would go? Someone would have to make the journey far to the south. I say we send Lucky Jack. He's the cleverest of all the rabbits. Aye, said another. Aye, and little Jackie should go with him. She's the fastest digger of all of us. Very well, said Lucky Jack. We'll go, and we'll go right now. Lucky Jack and little Jackie set off that very morning, scampering as fast as they could to the south through the deep warrens of Ireland. But the tunnels would only take them so far. Soon they were digging, little Jackie in front, kicking the dirt back at the fastest of pace, and Lucky Jack throwing it onward in their wake. When little Jackie would grow tired, she would scoot herself over to one side, and Lucky Jack would squeeze up alongside her, and then he would take over the burrowing, and little Jackie would kick the dirt on behind them. On they went through the day, taking turns when one grew tired, but suddenly little Jackie felt something hard and cold beneath her paws. She scraped the dirt aside and found a slab of stone. She tunneled to the left, but there was more and more stone. She tunneled to the right, but still there was more stone. She tried digging deeper, but that slab of stone kept going further and further into the ground. "We'd best have a look up top," said Lucky Jack. "Let's see what's in our way here." And so the two rabbits dug their way up to the surface. They carefully poked their heads above ground. Before them there was an enormous stone wall. It stretched up almost to touch the sky. They looked one way, and on the wall went as far as they could see. They looked the other direction, and once again the wall stretched on as far as they could see. "But we can't go around it. We can't go under it. Guess we'll have to go over." Little Jackie did not like the idea of climbing over that wall. It was so high. "Don't you be worrying, little Jackie. I'll be right behind you the whole time." All right, Uncle Jack." Little Jackie clung to the stone with her tiny paws. She scooted herself up the first step. Pebbles rained down from the stone. "You're doing fine, little Jackie. You're doing fine. One more step, that's all it'll be." Little Jackie scooted herself up one more step, then another, and another, and soon Lucky Jack was climbing up right behind her. "You're doing fine. Keep going. One more step is all it'll be." Inch by inch, trembling paw by trembling paw, they climbed up the towering wall. When they reached the top, they saw a sea of rooftops, cobblestone streets and lanes. The midday sun was glistening off glass windows. Wisps of smoke were rising from brick chimneys. The streets below, there was a marketplace filled with people milling about the carts of merchants. "Well," said Lucky Jack, "sure enough these long, slender, pointy potato-like things have to be down in this city somewhere." "Aye, Uncle Jack, but where will we find them, and how?" "I don't know, little Jackie. I don't know. But we've got to find them, for if we don't, Ireland's doomed."